going to continue you on ILC one more time. And if he doesn't show up, we'll do a warrant. You're not going to get out the next time. He sent a picture of hospital paperwork dated February 19th.
What got me here?
Yeah, what'd you do?
Well,
What'd you plead guilty to? If you can afford to smoke marijuana, you can afford to make payments on your restitution.
Yes, sir.
Today's courtroom drama puts the spotlight on a defendant who walks into court asking for another chance. But the judge has heard this story before. In this case, Jeremy Bynes is facing the possibility of losing his intervention opportunity after allegedly failing multiple court-ordered requirements. The accusations are serious: missed probation appointments, a failed drug test, and thousands of dollars in unpaid restitution. But when the defendant finally gets his chance to explain himself, he brings up a series of personal struggles, including family problems, financial pressure, transportation issues, and the responsibility of raising children. The question becomes, are these genuine hardships that deserve understanding, or are they excuses for ignoring legal obligations? The courtroom tension rises as the judge examines every detail, including claims that don't match the evidence presented by probation. What makes this case even more intense is that the judge doesn't just focus on punishment. He looks at whether the defendant is actually willing to change, stay until the end, because the judge delivers a decision that could completely change what happens next. Was the defendant given enough chances? Did the judge show mercy, or was this the final warning? Let us know what you think as we break down this shocking courtroom moment. This is where the case starts becoming much more serious. The court is not just dealing with one missed appointment. The state is presenting a pattern. According to probation, this is the second violation in the same year, and the concerns include missed reporting, a positive marijuana test, and unpaid restitution. The important legal point here is that intervention programs like this are usually designed as an opportunity to avoid harsher consequences, but they come with strict conditions. The defendant is expected to follow through because the court has already offered a path forward. The state even acknowledges that treatment and community control could still help, but the judge has to balance that against repeated failures. The big question is, how many chances should someone receive before the court decides enough is enough? What do you think? Should the judge focus more on the defendant's struggles or the fact that court orders must be followed? This is the turning point in the courtroom. Up until now, the defendant has been explaining his personal struggles, his children, financial problems, transportation issues, and trying to stay employed. But the judge shifts the focus back to the core issue: responsibility. The judge asks a simple but powerful question: what got you here? That question cuts through all the explanations and brings the case back to the original offense. The defendant admits the charges involved forgery and theft, with the restitution amount matching the money taken. This moment shows the difference between explaining a situation and accepting accountability. The court can recognize someone's hardships, but the legal system still has to address the harm caused to the victim. Now the judge has to decide, does this defendant deserve another opportunity, or have too many promises already been broken? This is the moment that changes the entire atmosphere inside the courtroom. The judge is now hearing specific details from probation that challenge parts of the defendant's explanation. The probation officer explains that after the missed appointment, questions were raised about the hospital situation involving his child. The court says the information provided did not match the verification requested. On top of that, the record shows the defendant tested positive for marijuana after being arrested and had made only one small payment toward the restitution since the case began. The judge now has to look at actions, not just words. In courtroom decisions like this, credibility matters. A defendant asking for another chance has to show consistent effort and follow through. The biggest question becomes, will the judge believe this is a real commitment to change or just another promise? After reviewing the entire case, the judge ultimately decides not to revoke the defendant's intervention opportunity immediately. Instead, the court gives him one final chance with strict expectations. The judge makes it clear that personal struggles can be understood, but they cannot replace responsibility. The defendant is ordered to create a payment plan, make restitution payments, address substance use concerns, and stop violating the conditions that brought him back into court. This case highlights an important lesson about the justice system. Second chances usually come with conditions. The court showed some level of leniency, but the warning was very clear. Another failure could lead to serious consequences, including jail time. The final decision leaves viewers with a difficult question. Was the judge right to give another opportunity, or should the original violations have resulted in punishment? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.